Sunderland 0, Manchester United 0. And a performance that was so underwhelming from Manchester United. I'm sure a lot of Man United fans, including Aaron, right here, right now, definitely part of that also. And I think Sunderland, if we look at it on the balance of things, should have won that game, apart from very, very good saves from Lammens, very good keeping performance, and a very underwhelming performance in terms of creativity from Manchester United. But in the stadium, light ended 0-0. Aaron, tell me your thoughts on that match, because I was looking at Man United, last 5 minutes decided to turn up.
We had chances to win it, mate. We had chances to win it. Cunha has screwed us over, really, with those last couple of chances there. Overall, Dave, Sunderland, like on the lion's share of the match, I think Sunderland probably deserved the result, to be fair. I think in terms of chances to score, I think United had a couple of maybe gilt-edged ones that, as I just mentioned, on another day, Cunha and, obviously Ko put those chances away. But watching the game, it was a really, really physical one. Sunderland were battling for everything. Xerxes didn't get an ounce of space to breathe in that first half. Bruno Fernandes, it was all the little kicks in the legs, and do you know what I mean? Like, just really kind of the dark arts of football Sunderland had down today. Do you know what I mean? And I couldn't get any rhythm. I feel like Casemiro, big miss as well. I feel like Sesko getting into that form where becoming that reliable sort of number 9 that we have. I think we missed him as well. Mason Mount and all the replacements today. Fair game, but I think Sunderland were just really, really tough, man. I don't think we matched their physicality. They were more up for it than us today, I think.
Absolutely, and because Sunderland, obviously, they are, well, if they won today, they were going to, I think, 51 points, which would have just put them just in the cusp of European football. So a lot of the mid-table teams are actually fighting for their lives, especially at home. And Sunderland, and I think Regis Labrie, he basically set up Sunderland to be very physical in midfield. We saw when they were in the midfield, especially like just in terms of their stylistic play, Sunderland aren't the prettiest team to watch, but sometimes they can be very effective up front. And Brian Brobby, he was getting held off, he was getting pushed. Obviously, apparently, the commentator said they could have been a penalty shot for Luke Shaw in terms of how he kind of backed into Brobby and then actually tried to hold him back from getting the ball there towards the end of the game. But in terms of the whole 90 minutes, we looked at the game, and then the shots that they had, Lammens made a very, very good account of himself, especially in goal. You keep saying this, he's a pair of safe hands, And this is the kind of performances you need, especially when you're going across a whole season.
Well, we didn't have that before, David. We didn't have with Onana and all of that sort of thing. I think today would have been totally different had Onana and another one of our goalkeepers were in there today, like being there and stuff like that. Sorry, but I wanted to mention the lack of midfield for Man United today as well.
Yeah, exactly. Even Colby Minor was ineffective today, and I was
ineffective.
I was looking.
Sorry, I've got a bit of a chesty cough. Sorry.
No, that's right. But I think he was ineffective in terms of trying to play the ball forward. It was very.
There was no one to play it to, though, David. So, say for instance, like we've got Xerxes up front. He likes the ball to stick. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not a run-on-to player like a Sesko.
Yeah, he likes the ball short. Exactly.
So if he is playing up front and you can't get the ball to him, we're isolated, and Sunderland can just sort of like make that space full up, so we can't get that ball through to him. And that was as simple as that. So we're just playing the ball forward. Sunderland get it. Back, forth. It was really frustrating in the first half. And then I think second half we came out and we were a bit better on the football. But then Sunderland's physicality and just wanting was a bit better than ours, I think, sort of thing. And I think, that's where the game was drawn, really. I feel attacking-wise, both teams were quite poor today. It was an overall poor game, poor level of football today.
You don't have any options, I think. I think it's because when Carrick is looking at his team, and I think Carrick likes his team to play a very direct type of football. When you look at him as a manager and how the team sets up, he wants that runners in behind. Like you said, Joshua Xerxes is not going to be the running behind. He likes to come short. He likes to collect the ball. He would like the runners, obviously, on the left-hand side, i.e. Cunha, right-hand side, i.e. Mbuemo, to then make the runs past him. So when you have that player, and you saw Dorgu also trying to
changed the game a little bit when he came.
He did change the game, yeah, obviously, and trying to feed into the box crosses. You only see Cunha there. You don't see anybody else, and maybe Bruno Fernandes there in glimpses. You don't see an actual number 9, and that's where Sesko needs to be in that kind of area. And
obviously, don't forget the absolute blockade Sunderland had in front of their goal as well.
Exactly,
you know
that as well.
So
yeah,
you know what I mean?
that as well. But yeah, I think Dorgu made a big impact. Ahmed was completely non-existent. He was getting bullied off the ball continuously.
For a rough patch.
By Reinildo. Reinildo was very physical with him, obviously in that left back position. Sadiki also in the midfield, very, very good. Xhaka probably man of the match today for me. He was excellent.
And
maybe Mazraoui also. Mazraoui was decent also.
Mazraoui was really good as well. He was,
Mazraoui was decent because Talbi was ineffective. That's why he got subbed off by Sunderland. But the situation, when I looked at the team and I was saying, okay, where the battle's going to be won, the battles are going to be won pretty much in the midfield. And I tell you what, Sadiki and Xhaka locked it down in the midfield. They really made Man United.
Sadiki's a really good player.
Absolute nuisance.
Xhaka's the brains and he's the legs.
Exactly. And it's crazy because when you have Broby up front, he's such a physical unit. I'm sure a lot of Premier League teams are going to be looking at Broby and saying this guy could be a very good person to have maybe on the bench that we can bring on when it needs to get physical. We need to just pump balls into the box. He's such a nuisance to deal with, Brian Broby. So I really like the way Sunderland is set up. But look, Sunderland, like I said, they're not going to be the most fluid attacking team in the world. What they'll do is they'll use physicality. Look, Arsenal went to the stadium like drew 2-2. Like these are the kind of results that are keeping Sunderland in the fight towards European places. So they're gonna be like this. They're gonna try and do this left, right, and center.
They're massively overperforming for where they're at. I mean, like, you know, they came up, they did spend about £100 million. So that obviously adds to what they've done. But Regis Lebris as well, I think he's been a fantastic manager for Sunderland. Getting the promotion, solidifying them as a Premier League team next season, achieving as far as I'm concerned as well with that squad. Do you know what I mean? The hard-working team have been consistent all season. Do you know what I mean? It's no shame to get a draw to Sunderland. But I wanted to go back to what we were talking about in terms of the ball behind and what we usually do. Because, Man United against Liverpool the other day, I think I was saying this to you, Man United just kept on continuously being able to get in behind.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? And I feel when there's an inability to do that, we need a midfield structure. So I feel like investment in that area for Man United really, as in like a conductor, a partner for Kobe. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, do you know what I mean? I don't know what's happening with Aurelien Tchouameni, but what do you reckon, Dave? You gonna send him over?
I don't know, mate, because obviously
after his little bust up.
UFC Fight Club, mate, in Real Madrid. No, look, Tchouameni's a guy that I think Real Madrid want to keep. Valverde's a guy that they want to keep, but if they need to let him go, then obviously they're going to let him go. But
how are you on Camavinga also?
Yeah, exactly. So that's obviously Camavinga, though. He's a bit of a nutcase. Camavinga, he could get a red card any moment, any time, any place. So I look at Camavinga as a weird one, but I think Man United, in terms of a partner for Kobe, they need someone who's just a very, very solid
competitive player that can play.
Yeah, exactly. A player that's got really good physical presence and very good knowledge on how to intercept plays, do all that, but also play the ball up front when he can. Tchouameni's not really that guy. I don't really see a Tchouameni as a passer in terms of feeding possession to other players. He's just a screener of the back four. So
bit of a destroyer sort of thing.
Exactly. So ultimately, I think that Tchouameni is going to be... He will be a good addition to Man United. I got to be honest.
I think so.
He's going to be a good addition. So we just need to see what happens. But after today's match, look, Man United, when Bruno Fernandes, he doesn't have, for example, he doesn't get his own way. He starts getting frustrated. He got
frustrated a little bit. I do understand
temperament, all that usual stuff. I think the punch to his face, but I don't know if that was a red card or not towards the end of the game.
I think they were really lenient on that because he clearly put his hand there afterwards as well.
Exactly, and it was a purposeful hit to the face. So
mugged him off proper there. Yeah,
absolutely. So look, ultimately today for me personally, I look at the 0-0 and say it was a 0-0. It was a hard-fought game by Man United. Sunderland maybe on the balance of things deserved to win it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, a point, maybe you'll take it at the Stadium of Light.
Can I just say, though, Dave, I feel like under Ruben Amorim, we would have lost that game quite heavily today. Do you know what I mean? Just with the way that things go. So I want to salute Michael Carrick for at least installing that little bit of resilience and still within the players to sort of say that we can come over adversity, get a little bit peppered like we did today, and still kind of get out with a respectable result at a very, very difficult ground.
Absolutely. But the point today actually pretty much cements third place. Liverpool, Chelsea 1-1, of course, today, as we know. Manchester United are 6 points clear of Liverpool. So in terms of goal difference, they are beating Liverpool also.
2 games to go,
Yeah, and it's 2 games to go, so 6 points. Do the math. It pretty much, if it is, even if level on points, Man United still probably have the goal difference. So ultimately, third place for Man United. How do you feel, Aaron, about the season? Obviously, with 2 games to go, reaching third place after the torrential season that you had under Amorim in terms of last year, but then obviously now Carrick take over, and he boosted his team into that third place spot.
Bro, it was tumultuous because I had a lot of faith in Ruben Amorim, and I kept on maintaining that until I just couldn't anymore. It just became untenable, and obviously when he had a go at the board, it was time to go. And I think everybody knew that. And obviously not knowing who you wanted to come in, obviously Michael Carrick, I wasn't against it. But, you know, he's proven to be quite adept at what he's doing. He steadied the ship. I still don't know, even as I said on the video on my channel, if I do want Michael Carrick to stay, because obviously I've been here before with Ollie, and do you know what I mean, it's a little bit different context this time. But yeah, I feel he's done a magnificent job. I'm still unsure.
Yeah, potentially. Who knows, mate? Who knows if they do decide to bring another manager in?
I think it's more likely they will keep him, though.
Yeah, I think they definitely will keep him, because ultimately he steadied the ship. But you've
delivered Champions League football, which looks at him far away, mate.
Exactly, it looked very, very, very far away. So ultimately, it's a very good, obviously, performance. The only team that can really overtake Manchester United in the third spot is Aston Villa, but obviously they have a game in hand. They are playing tomorrow against Burnley, so we'll see if they overtake. But I think Man United have got that.
Yeah, I think with 2 games to go, I think we're sure.
Yeah, I think it's done. Obviously, next match against your brother's team, Nottingham Forest, it's going to be
try and get Leroy for a preview.
A little battle, mate, in your house, isn't it? It's crazy.
Try and get Leroy for a preview.
Yeah, potentially could do. Definitely could do. But obviously, guys, that has been obviously the match reaction. Aaron, just final thing. Who do you think was the man of the match in terms of Manchester United players? I think Mazraoui fixed it.
Lammens. I think Lammens. Yeah, he saved our bacon a bit. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's Lammens also. On the reverse side, I definitely think Xhaka was.
Cunha, man, you missed a couple of sitters there, man. Honestly, that one where the ball came into him, the first, because he had 2 in a row. So the first one, he controls and then lets it go, and the one that he shouldn't have controlled and just shot, it's just crazy, it happens.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But guys, what do you think of the match? Let us know, obviously, in the comments below. Like this video. Thank you for everyone for subscribing. We have just literally gone over 1.1. We're going to be trying to grow this channel before the World Cup consistently. A lot more Premier League action to go. Obviously, Arsenal, Champions League, big final, that one against PSG. And yeah, we're going to have a lot more football coming on this thing. And also summer World Cup, big tournament. Probably most favorite tournament of any football fan is the World Cup. And we're going to enjoy that fully. But guys, take care. Adios. And we'll see you next time on another episode of David and Aaron. David and Aaron. David, mate. Dave and Aaron talks football, guys. Take care, people. Adios.